Good morning, good afternoon, good night. I know some people are just about to sleep. I know some people have just come from the church, others are preparing to go to church. So, guys, we are here and I'm just welcoming you to this live video. And you are most welcome, my people. I love you so much. So, we are going to do Kenyan food, which I love so much. And this food is called Mukimo. And Mukimo, here we come. So, in the last video, I got some friends who were very, very helpful. And they gave me some tips on how I can generate some leaves that can be used to make my Mukimo look green, you know, the Kenyan way, because we use different kinds of leaves, like pumpkin leaves. We also use arrowroot leaves, which are not common here, and I haven't found any pumpkin leaf here. So this lady in my last video told me to use baby spinach. And today I have some baby spinach, which I'm going to blend and it's going to make my mukimo green. So you are most welcome. So I want to start with cutting onions. And apparently my mukimo is ready. It's just that I just need it to be more green than it is. If I could show you how it looks like this. So it's just some beans and some corn and some potatoes. So it's already made. So what I want to do now is to fry my mokimo. And how I will do it, I will cut some onions. I like them diced. So I'm gonna dice my red onion, which I love because it has a certain kind of taste that I love. So I'm going to cut my onion, and it's going to be a quarter, actually half, because I like my mukimo with more onion, you know. So it's not going to be a long video because I have my mukimo ready. So what I want to do is just to fry my onions, and I want to make my mokimo look green, you know, because this is how I have grown in my country, Kenya, and what we call mokimo in Kenya must look green. Okay, now there is one banner here that is giving me trouble. Okay, let me try this one and see if this one works. Apparently, I don't know what happened to this banner because this is the banner I have been using most of the times, and I don't know why. For some reasons, it is not lighting up. But I thank God because I have 4 banners. You know, if one for some reasons doesn't work, then I use the other one. So I'm so glad. This is a blessing, and I am grateful to God for the blessing. So I have cut my onions and I just want them to cook. And I like my onions very well cooked. So I add the oil, which is the canola oil. And then before my onions cook, I can blend my baby spinach. So it's just some pieces of baby spinach. So I want them blend. So I'll add some water not too much water. Cover my blender and then uh, just blend. So this is my baby spinach here, and I just want to blend. Yeah, I think that's done. Yeah, I just have some spinach that is well blended, and I'm going to. I can see a part that is not blended, so I'm going to. Okay, so this is a new way of making sure your mukimo looks green. And I got this from a friend, actually a friend, an online friend. And if I am not wrong, in my last video, I had eight friends who joined me. And I went to visit my mom, and my mom was telling me, my American mom was telling me, "Oh, I saw you on television," because she just opened her television and I was there. And she was very excited to see me there. And it's an exciting thing to hear people saying that, people confirming that they are watching your content. So I don't take it for granted. So guys, you are most welcome. This is Aunt's Kitchen. This is going to be Mukimo, the Kenyan way. So I just, somebody just called me and said, please come for Githeri. In Kenya, Githeri is corn and beef. So and he actually did not say Mokimo. He told me Geveni. So when I went, I was expecting to see corn and beans, but I found the food was ready and it was Mokimo. And then in the last video, we were talking about how we can make, because I was making mashed potatoes and Wahoo. I think Wahoo told me you can improvise some spinach and use it as your green. And actually, that is what I am trying to do today. I am going to fry my mokimo, and I am going to do it with green baby spinach, according to Wahoo, my online viewer. I know I did this one a little bit late, so you guys, I know you may be asleep, but it's okay. When you wake up, you will watch it and you will see that I mentioned you and I said that you are the one who helped me. Actually, all the people who watched my last video. The first one was Mushila Mshira, Better Show. The other one was Wahoo, and then I got a guy called Jonathan, and I got another one called Rest, if I am not wrong, and I got another one. They have some names that those names. They are unique names. So it's difficult even to really, remember those names correctly. But I hope that when they join, they will know that I really appreciated them for joining my live video. And for those ones who are joining now, I really appreciate you, and may the Lord bless you. So I have a different kind of pan, and I am thinking I may want to change this pan because I realize I have my mukimo is in a bowl and it's full. So what I am going to do, which pan am I going to use? Or is it going to fit in here? Okay, right. Because this pan, if I am not careful, it is going to burn my food. Okay, guys, I love pepper. So, and I will love pepper in my mukimo. So I'm going to add pepper in this mukimo. And I am so grateful to God because God has been amazing to me. God has been everything to me. God has been my father. God has been everything. My mother. You know, when you lose your mom after high school, it's not an easy thing to live life without your biological mother. And it is also not easy to live a life without your biological father because they are all deceased. And apparently, as a family of four siblings in 2017, I also lost my brother, and it's not easy. It's actually not easy to live without a father, to live without a brother. It's hard life. But I want to thank God because God has been so good to us. God has always been faithful to us. That's why in my videos, you will hear me talk about God because if it were not for God, I wouldn't be where I am today. I wouldn't be where I am today. And so I thank my God for his faithfulness in my life. And when I look back at the years that I have lived, those years when I was 17 years old, when my mother passed away, you know, that was a hard life for me. That was a hard life for me and for my siblings. And those were the times I was asking myself, how do people live? How do people provide for their for their families? How do people educate their children? Because we used to live in Mweki. For those people who know Mweki, Mweki is in Kasarani. Thank you for joining me. Mweki is in Kasarani, and I used to see people living well, people who had built houses, and people who were, to me, they looked very rich. And I was wondering, how do people educate their kids? How do people, for those who are joining me, we are making Mukimo. Mukimo is a Kenyan food which is already made. So I'm just trying to make it a little greener than it already is. But I am excited to have a Mukimo that has corn, white corn. And in my last video, Wahoo, my online viewer suggested that I could use baby spinach. I could blend baby spinach and make my mukimo green. So that is exactly what I have done today. It's already blended. And once my onions and my carrots and my pepper are ready, I am going to add my mukimo in this mixture. In other words, I am just frying my mukimo, my Kenyan mukimo. And if you don't mind, you can tell me where you are watching from, and I will be glad to. Oh, thank you. Wow, you are gorgeous. 35 UK. I am here. I would happily be your what? Okay, fine. I know if you are from UK, I am in the US right here, and I know some words may be, very, very different. So anyway, we are just making a Kenyan Mukimo. I am from London. London, whoa! I have a friend who is in London. Oh my goodness! One time I was just about to come to London, but things changed for me. So and I came to the US. Anyway, I'm so happy. We are making a Kenyan Mukimo. Mukimo is just corn, potatoes, mixed together, mashed together. You can add all the ingredients that you want. For me, I like frying it with onions and a little oil. I have used canola oil, and I have my green pepper, and I have my tomato. And because my mixture is now ready, I am going to add my mukimo. Sorry. So mukimo is just mashed potatoes with corn and beans. And this one, because it is there to fight, I'm sorry, my pepper. This is my pepper that is making me okay. I'll be okay. So, a friend of mine last week, as I was making another video, told me to go for Mukimo, and I went for Mukimo. Thank you so much. Thank you so much, toilet owner. Okay, thank you so much for joining this video. May the Lord bless you for coming out. I am very happy when I see people joining me. I hope we are learning together because I feel I am not alone. I wish you are here, I wish we are here. We could make this Mukimo together. And by the way, there is a traditional way of making Mukimo. Here is the thing. I would wish to be for you. All right. So thank you. So there is a traditional way of making Mukimo. So Mukimo, our parents, our grandparents, and our parents, this is how they make it. There is this African pot, it's just a real pot made of clay. And that's how you boil your corn, your beans, your potatoes. And once they are ready, they sit in a traditional chair. And now they use what do we call this one now? If you are not from Kenya, I am going to teach you some Kikuyu. Mukimo is Kikuyu. It's just that the food already mixed together. Corn is maize, right? Corn, potatoes, and beans. And you can use any type of beans, provided when you boil them, they are ready. So this one is called moiko. This moiko is used to, actually this is what I should be using to mash my mukimo. So this is how you do your mukimo, like this. Remember, our parents use the clay pot to do it. And there is also a way of sitting when they are doing it. The pot is placed in between the two legs, and it is, you make sure every part is mixed well. The idea is making sure the food mixes very well, so that when you are eating, you are not eating particles. Like now, mine is already in particles because it is not mixed well. You can see some beans, and you can see these corns. So they need to be mixed very well so that it will be easy for you to eat. And it is very delicious. It is just the same way I'm sure you are a great cook. Yes, I am. And I love cooking. I love cooking. And I love cooking for people. You know, when people eat my food, I feel so good. I feel a fulfillment in my heart when people eat my food. So, guys, if you are here, I would just welcome you to come and eat this food. We eat this food together. So, this is Mukimo for those who are joining me. I have seen somebody else. Thank you so much. Thank you so much, Toilet, for honor. I hope I am pronouncing your name well. Uh, I was saying, I know young guys have uh, names. So, yeah, and I like it, I like it. I like it that way. Thank you so much. I wish you just go. Let me just laugh because the toilet thing in Kenya, those are the things we don't talk about. Like at the back of my mind, I know what that means. So we don't talk plainly. I know your name is meaning well, but thank you so much. Thank you so much. Uh, and yeah, I know you're meaning well, but we kind of feel ashamed to talk about some words plainly. Yeah, so I really appreciate. I really appreciate. So I was saying, I don't take anything for granted. It's a blessing even to have food to eat because I know there are many people. I don't want to upset you ever. It's just my wish. Okay, toilet. How are you? How are you, toilet? I pray that you are good. Which part of London, by the way, do you come from? Do you call it London or London? I know we were colonized by British, but we are having a hard time here to speak American English because it doesn't make sense. Like when you want to say water, nobody will understand you. Oh, I'm from outer London, near Finsbury Park. My pepper is just making. I think I'll have to drink some water. I'm sorry. Toilet. Did you just. Let me see. You speak great. Yeah. So, people here, if you say water, they understand you very well. If you say water, what are you talking about? I have had those, scenes that I don't know how to say water. I feel like, and in my country, when you say water, people think you are boasting, like you are proud, and people don't want to hear you talking American. But I was trying to tell these guys, you know, when you go to Rome, you do what the Romans are doing. Otherwise, if you go to a foreign country and you don't adapt to their language or you don't talk in a way that they will understand, then you will be talking two different things. I know. Thank you for understanding. You will be talking two different things. And I thank you so much, my one online viewer. I don't take this for granted. Thank you so much. By the way, what is the time in Finsbury Park? Wow, let me tell you, toilet. My Mukimo is coming very well, very well. Okay, it's 10:25 at night. Okay, 10:25 at night. Okay, thank you so much. Here it's 2:25. 2:25 in daytime. So I don't know whether it's on a Sunday there. Are we behind you? Are we ahead of you? Because here is Sunday 2:25. So now it's time to add my greens. Sunday night, yes, okay. Oh, Sunday night. Actually, in Kenya, it is also Sunday night. In Kenya, it's about 1:25 at night. So I was expecting some people to join, the ones who had joined last Sunday, but I think I made my video a little bit late, so it's okay. So I hope you are learning. Probably you don't cook, but maybe you are learning something, you know. Even us talking, you have given me company. Yes, you have given me company, and I am delighted to have someone with me. So in 2011, I had received an invite to come to the UK, and there is only one thing. Yes, you want to eat this Mukimo, you know? You want to eat this Mukimo, and yeah, because this Mukimo is going to help your stomach. Yeah, this Mukimo, I think I want to have more greens so I can add more. Yeah, that's all. Actually, it is turning out to be like my Kenyan Mukimo. So this is how you do it. This is how you do it. And okay, so I wonder. Anyway, let me not ask you so many questions online because my video is public. All the people are going to watch it later. They may not be live now, but I'm sure they are going to watch it later. So thank you. I really appreciate. No, I haven't been to the UK, but I was almost coming in 2011. A friend, 3 friends of mine had come to visit me in Kenya, and they had a mission in the central part of Kenya. So I joined them for this mission, and we went to different places. And after that, they just wanted me to visit them in the UK, and I had this invite. But that time, you know, I was struggling with finances. Can you imagine that? That I could not visit the UK because I was struggling with finances. So even getting cash to just go for the visa, you know, for the interview. And that time it was about $100. But can you imagine? I couldn't afford that kind of money that time. So it's interesting how seasons are different. Like that time, I couldn't afford $100, and within nine, can I say 9 years? Not even 9 years, maybe 5 years. I could afford, but that time I was in school, so I decided to concentrate with the school. Would you want to visit? Of course. Of course, I would have visited then if the person who was inviting me wanted me to go and visit, you know, where they live, And of course, they wouldn't have paid for me because, so I was to pay for myself. The organization I worked for could not help me to pay because they were also struggling in their own way. So I didn't even go to the interview. Can you imagine? I only wish I went to the interview at least so that I can be saying I went to the UK embassy and I was denied. But because of those issues that came about, I wouldn't have even raised $100 to go to the embassy. It was that time. It was that season. And I think everybody has got a season in life, like a season of a kind. But what is important is that season passes, that season disappears, and another season comes. It's nice in London. Yes, actually, I would love to visit because that was it was in my mind, and I wanted to, but it didn't happen. So if it can happen now, I would. In fact, that person who was inviting me asked me because when I came to the US, I communicated and I told them I am coming to the US, and he wanted to know if I come to the US whether I can also go to the UK to visit. It's a family friend. So, and we have been, planning. Of course, there are so many things. There are so many things I am doing here. So it's also kind of tight for me, but I can always create time and visit. So this is how we do our Kenyan Mukimo. So you make sure all the parts are mixed together. As you can see, it has already turned green. It has onions. It has green pepper. It has beans. You cannot even see the beans because everything has mixed up together. So we want to taste we want to taste our mukimo and find out if we have enough salt so that before we remove it from the heat, we can add some salt. So I am going to taste my mukimo. Mm. Mm. Wow, it's the best of the best. I think my pepper was too hot on my mukimo. My pepper, but I like it hot. I like hot things. So, yes, I would love to visit London. One of these days, I will visit. So, I think my mokimo is almost ready. And so, it's going to, I'm going to leave it for some time. And then I'm going to do something else here. I have my cabbage that I want to cook. So my cabbage will go with mukimo. So I don't know whether you have time to wait. So I really appreciate your time, toilet. So if you leave, I will still be okay because you have given me good time. So this is just the normal cabbage that we buy in the malls. So what I do with cabbage is just to cut in pieces, and then I will also fry my cabbage. I will cut some onions. Every food, actually all Kenyan foods, must go with onions. And we also love to fry our foods because that's how we were taught by our parents. You can imagine undoing something you have learned for the rest of your life just because you have come to a new country. I think that is the most difficult thing somebody can do. So, of course, I go to visit some of these places and you don't have to fry the food, so you eat it as it is. But I love cooking my food the way I know. And if I visit another country, I am also a quick learner. I can see you. Wait. I'm not leaving. Good. Thank you. That's an encouragement. I love the way you are answering my questions. Actually, it wasn't a question. It was just, I just wanted to make you feel free because I may cook so many things. This is a Sunday here, so this is when I do my cooking because I have so many things that I do. And I worked, I'll be 3 minutes. Okay. I work overnight. So I worked overnight yesterday. I'm working overnight today. So I have to cook my food just to be ready. So if you want to ask me any question, any other question, I will be happy to answer you. And I am very excited that you joined my live video. So this is how we cut our cabbage, and we also fry it the same way. We put onion, some oil. Once it cooks, I add a tomato before before the cabbage. And this is just a vegetable that you put on side when you are eating your mukimo. You want to have some vegetables. And I also would like to make some stew meat, which is going to be beef stew. But this I will do like the very last thing. So today it was just about mukimo. So I may want to end the video in a few because it was all about the corn. Yeah, so the mukimo with corn. I just wanted to follow the steps that my friend suggested, and I did. So this is just an additional, and you tell me when you want to leave so that I can tell you bye-bye so that you don't just leave. As I said, I am very excited. I know you may want to sleep now, but you decided to join and stay. I don't take that for granted. Thank you so much. Thank you even for your interest. And I know we can connect, we can talk more, and the Lord will bless us. So my videos cooking videos, but they also inform. So we learn together, we interact together, we talk together. Thank you so much. I don't take anything for granted. And I'm happy to have someone, another new friend who have joined me online. His name, is it a he or a she? You know, it's very difficult because I can see only the name, the T, the toilet owner, toilet for owner. So it's hard. Anyway, I know it's also hard, but anyway, the way you have talked tells me I have an idea. I have an idea, and I'm grateful. I'm grateful that you have joined my video today. Do you want to know anything else from me? Yeah. I really appreciate you. Thank you for joining. Now we are cooking our cabbage. And I cook my food the Kenyan way because I love it the Kenyan way. So this is how we do our cabbage. So it's just onion, fry them together. Add salt. This is the right time to add salt so that your onion will not burn. Your onion and your tomato. I don't put too much tomato. I just need half. And every food, actually almost every food has a tomato in it. Have you visited Kenya, by the way, Toilet? Or would you like to visit Kenya? Would you like to visit Kenya, or have you visited? So I was saying, everybody has a season in life that you go through. And like now, we are only 11 days to winter. And I could say that winter has started because it's cold outside. It's very cold outside. I could say that winter has already started here in America. And very soon, we will be out of winter. Winter will be gone. And another season will come. So, in whatever we may be going through in our lives, we just need to know and understand it is a season. And even when we pray to God, we cannot force God to change a season because that is the way it is. You know, He already made it for us. He allowed us to go into the season. So we are in it. Like now I'm in school. I cannot change the fact that I am a student here. You know, I just have to wait until the other season of becoming probably a citizen or something like that happens. So in all our journeys, we are all in seasons, and I think it's good to embrace the season that we are at, so that we don't become complainers like, oh, I don't like this, I don't like how I am. It's a season that we need to embrace, and it's a season that is going to come and pass. Thank you so much, Toilet, because you are the one who have brainstormed my mind. Because in 2011, I was on my way to London. My mind was set to visit London. It did not happen simply because I did not have money. Okay, I'm back. I'm so glad you are here. Yes, and I'm so glad you're back. Thank you for coming back. So when I am saying you are the one who have brainstormed my mind to think about the reason why I did not go to the US in 2011. And it was a journey that I had started between 2009 and 2011. I mean it. I would be happy to help you. Yes, thank you very much. So that season was a season of, I can say it was challenging, and maybe I complained, maybe I blamed some people who are involved, because I was thinking the person who is inviting me can help me, pay at least the visa fee. My organization, my boss, because this thing was being planned by my friends who had come to visit me, and they had not come to visit me personally. They had come to visit the organization that I worked for. So my organization, my boss, was not ready to raise money to help me go to the UK. And that's why I was not able to come to the UK, to London. So, but it's a season. I understand it's a season, and I may have complained, as I have said, but it is gone. And another season came, and another door opened for me to come to America. And if another door opens for me to come to the UK, I will definitely come. I will definitely come. If the Lord is using you to help me come to the UK, I will definitely come. And I know God is using me, and He can use me to bring somebody else to the US. Even though I may not be in a situation to help financially, at least I have information of how you can come to the US, because I am here and I know how I came here. Thank you. I would love that. Yes, it can be there or here, whichever way that, will be easier. So we're gonna plan and we're gonna talk about it. And I am grateful to God for this amazing time that you have had as you watch my video, my cooking video. It's interesting that I can just cook and make a friend online. Amazing, 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 amazing. I'm happy. I am very happy. By the way, I was frustrated. I was frustrated because I was trying to make another video that conspired. Yani, the video just refused to work, and I used a lot of time making that video, and I could not trace it. Like after I am done, I could not trace that video, and that video has just disappeared. So I was frustrated, and I was thinking, I don't even think I will make this one, but thank you so much. Thank you so much. Actually, this is not hard to do. Like my food is ready, it's actually ready. So my mukimo is ready, and I am going to serve in a plate, and yeah, this is how it is. So, and it is hot. So, and my cabbage, you don't actually wait for them to cook. It's just like steaming. So it's ready to be eaten. So this is how my food will look like. Later in the day, I think I will do my beef, but not for this video. So this is all I wanted to do. Thank you so much. I appreciate. Okay, so I'm going to end this video. Thank you so much for joining me. God bless you. I will meet you again. Um, I am a believer of Christ. So if you want to believe Jesus Christ is the Lord and Savior, I don't entertain nonsense, and I just want you to know that God loves you, and God loves you so much. So I'm gonna end the video now. Bye bye. God bless you.